You already know what time it is.
Since 1985, seniors have opened their doors to right at home for personalized care. This is now. This was so. Let them know. That was then. This is king. You ain't know. Go. Crib hill. I like it, my you. Type of ball we don't steal. Backseat driver for real. Drop me off at the top. Got that key, we no lock. Play for the team that I own. Ain't no taking my spot. French out, easy. Take a lifetime to easy. Hit that nigga up with easy. Raise a hand in the weed. Drop the top on the road. Let the whole lead the goal. Bible service for family. I'm proposing the toll. Made it out the hood like, yeah. Who would have thought we would get out of the project like this? Don't get lost in my.
Yo, what's up? Back to another video. Yeah, y'all thinking I'm posting on Friday? I feel like I had to react to this. You feel me? I saw some recommendations where it said they lied to us about LiAngelo Ball. They lied to us big time. They lied to me big time. You feel me? This whole time, I thought LiAngelo Ball was still in college or high school. I never knew he made it into the draft and got drafted by the Port Pistons. I never knew that. Let me know down. Let me know in the chat because I'm doing on Twitch too. Let me know in the chat. Did y'all even notice that? Did y'all know that LiAngelo Ball got traded to the Port Pistons? Because I never seen LiAngelo Ball play in this game at all. Only people I saw, and the only people I saw people talking about is Blake Griffin, Derrick Rose, and some other few guys. I never heard LiAngelo Ball. Oh, LiAngelo Ball got 36 points. LiAngelo Ball. Oh, LiAngelo Ball scored 1 point. Never heard that. Never heard the commissioners. I never heard the people that communicate, like, that do the, you feel me? Like, what are the people called? They're not called reporters. They're called, like, these people you hear on games, like they're talking and stuff like that, saying, "Oh, 30 point. Oh, I see him run the court, this and this and this." I forgot what they're called. But I never hear them talking about him. And like, I'm surprised LaMelo or Lonzo never mentioned LiAngelo once. They never mentioned that he was on the Port Pistons. They never mentioned, "Oh, we going up against my brother's team." We never mentioned that. The NBA never mentioned, "Oh, the three Ball brothers were on a different team." They never mentioned it. The only thing they mentioned was LaMelo entering the draft. First round LaMelo. We never heard LiAngelo. "Oh, he got this draft, he got that draft pick." And I'm more disappointed because how does LeVar not tell nobody that? Only thing LeVar ever said was LiAngelo, he good. The LiAngelo something. He never mentioned LiAngelo got drafted. He never mentioned that. The only thing he worried about was LaMelo. I think he's a little one. He only mentioned LaMelo. Hey, LaMelo, we gotta average some more points. LaMelo, we gotta kill it out there. LaMelo, try your best. Do your best. LaMelo, try to dunk on Lonzo. We never mentioned that. Only thing I saw, because overtime did something. I saw LiAngelo in one of the overtime videos. That's the only thing I saw. Overtime Larry, overtime Larry should get fired for this. Overtime Larry never mentioned him because remember when they had overtime Larry and LaMelo Ball do an overtime challenge? I never ever seen LiAngelo Ball do an overtime challenge. I've seen other players do an overtime challenge. I think Lonzo did an overtime challenge, but I never seen LiAngelo do an overtime challenge. I never seen overtime Larry mention LiAngelo once. That's what I'm more confused on. Overtime Larry, LeVar Ball, sources never mentioned him once. Boy, when people started bringing out stuff, then they want to start mentioning that he was a part of the Port Pistons. When people start saying, "Oh, we saw LiAngelo. Oh, this and this and this," that's when sources started bringing out LiAngelo Ball. LiAngelo Ball. I had to look at the Port Pistons roster, and LiAngelo Ball was listed under that because I was confused. I was like, "Why is LiAngelo listed under that?" I thought he wasn't a draft pick. I thought he was still in high school or college. Like I never, the Port Pistons never mentioned it either. So I'm more confused. How does one video got to be taken out? How does one video got to be put out in the world so everyone can start listening and say, "Oh, he on this team"? For socials to be like, "Oh, LiAngelo's on this team," and like all that stuff. Like I never, LeVar, I don't know what you do, bro, but like I think you kind of disrespectful. You never mention your son, like your son. You never mention him at all. You all mention him when he did good things. You never mentioned he was on the Port Pistons. You never mentioned that it was on a G League. You never mentioned this and this. But I'm gonna stop rambling on. Let's get right into the video. I'm just more mad about it because now there's 3 Ball brothers, not 2, 3.
The Los Angeles Lakers select Lonzo Ball.
He got drafted with Lonzo Ball. Yo, that's mad disrespectful. LeVar. That's LeVar right there. That's LeVar right. Oh no, I ain't even screen recording. Look. That's LeVar. LeVar Ball. That's him right there. 2017 draft class. Cause LaMelo, look. LaMelo draft 17. That's 2017. State Farms, right? Los Angeles Lakers select Lonzo Ball. And look, that's LeVar right there. I think that's his agent. That's Lonzo's agent. That's LeVar Ball sitting right there. He couldn't sit next to LiAngelo Ball, but he picked Lonzo instead of LiAngelo. That's some type of disrespectfulness that LeVar has on LiAngelo. Because he sits with LaMelo. And then now he sits with Lonzo and LaMelo. He never sat with LiAngelo at one. That's disrespectfulness. That's something we don't know about LeVar. That he probably don't like him.
With the 3rd pick in the 2020 NBA Draft, the Charlotte Hornets select LaMelo Ball from.
See, this is exactly the thing I'm telling you right now. So, look. Hear me out. Hear me out. How does oh my god? How does LaMelo Ball? Look. All the teams want LaMelo Ball, right? LaMelo Ball gets picked by Charlotte, right? Where in the description did LiAngelo Ball get picked? Y'all skipped LiAngelo Ball and then went to draft 2020. Didn't even mention LiAngelo Ball. Y'all went to 2020 and mentioned LaMelo Ball. Never mentioned LiAngelo Ball. That's something that tells you the NBA is rigged. The NBA is rigged. Because they never mentioned LiAngelo once. The NBA is rigged. It's rigged. I knew something was going on with the NBA. I knew something was going on. Because Kyrie is a friend from Brooklyn Nets. Or I forgot how many weeks. Because he wasn't wearing a mask. Alright? He could have been on quarantine for 2 weeks. And he could have been back. I think they're playing OKC. He could have been like that game. But nah, he ain't back. So I think what Kyrie's doing is he's trying to buy George Floyd family a house. So then that shows the sources to put those out there so that he gets back on the team because they never want to put him on the team. You feel me? And then they got James Harden on the team because they knew they were a dominant duo. And then James Harden was playing on making the trade to Brooklyn, and they did. But then Russell Westbrook, you feel me? The salary was great. Russell Westbrook, I looked at Russell Westbrook years in Houston. He had a 2-year contract with Houston, right? And I heard if you leave that one team, you gotta pay a big fine, or like you gotta go to court for it, right? But guess what they did? They traded Russell Westbrook to um the Wizards, but he's on a 2-year contract. And I heard you can't leave if you're on a 2-year contract. But they took him off. They took him off. I think they took him off the 2-year contract, something like that. I think he's still on the 2-year. It's difficult. Like the NBA is rigged. It's rigged.
Chino Hills, California. With the 59th pick, the Phoenix Suns select George King.
Oh, he went undrafted.
The Suns have to be feeling pretty good about their.
He went on, so we never heard of him. How did he go undrafted? He's part of the Ball family. How did he go undrafted? The NBA rigged. If you knew that was the Ball family, LeVar Ball, come on now. How you put LiAngelo undrafted? Come on now. We need some could have LiAngelo Ball and all that, and they would have been all set and settled, and then they would have got team each other like that. Like this is how you know the NBA is rigged, because sometimes they be the best players that get picked last because they want to pick the worst, the top, this and this and this and this. But LiAngelo Ball was just balling, and then the Phoenix Sun climb them. Like the NBA is rigged.
Like, that's the game. Just gotta start touching base with everybody about Summer League. That's the first thing now. The Lakers is doing their Summer League right now. Like as soon as the last pick goes.
There should be more rounds. Real talk. There should be more rounds. Like the NFL has. I know different rounds, different days, this and this and this. The NBA just has one day. Like there should be more rounds to it. Like go to the NFL like draft. Like there should be that, so then everyone has a chance of joining. You feel me? See, I'm not doing the NFL because I want my picks. I want to join the NBA, but like I feel like there's only one round. I probably won't get selected, and like I won't be the viewers. And like I'll have to try to pick X teams to put me on and stuff like that. So I'd rather go to the NFL route, but I want to go to the NBA route. So like there should be more pick and more days and like beyond. Like go to the NFL. Like if you watch NFL draft, you see there's more rounds, different days, rounds and rounds and rounds. Goes to 100 picks. Like it should be like 100 picks, something like that. So everyone gets a chance.
I didn't get trusted. Like, man, I don't know. I guess it's the way I play. I guess. I did on the court. At this point, I'm good.
But once out of high school, once out of college, you take a Lithuania. Who the hell is playing in Lithuania? People don't think he's too good. He is not good at all. He's awful. He's just awful.
Don't disrespect him like that.
If you can even succeed,
Good
collegiately,
though.
he don't deserve a workout? No, actually he doesn't.
All right, dog trash in there.
You give LiAngelo,
With everyone, you want everyone to hear you. So
I say, just because of social media, I say 10% chance. 10% chance,
he would have been good.
Wow,
the medal.
that 2020 NBA offseason was an eventful one. With the completion of the NBA draft, we got to witness LaMelo get drafted to the Charlotte Hornets, and the first time in NBA history for two brothers to go in the top 3. No pair of siblings have even gone top 5. But there is another Ball brother who slowly faded away off everyone's radar. That is Lil Dicky. Wait, LiAngelo Ball. From being the number 1 option at Chino Hills to committing to UCLA and possibly making an NBA run. One event changed everything. He played in Lithuania, then played in the JBA. They were both failed tests. Things weren't looking all too up for LiAngelo as we once might have thought. Or is it?
LiAngelo signs for 1-year contract with the Pistons.
What's good, everybody? It's Handles, and we're only 5K away from 300,000. So make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications. We're doing this a few times a week, every week. So let's get it. You've seen Lonzo and now the youngest, LaMelo, to enter the league. But when you think of the Ball family, the first guy that comes to your mind probably isn't LiAngelo. So what really happened to the shadowed middle brother, Jello, and why did he not get drafted? He was also the only brother to actually be thrown
14.
into jail. So LiAngelo Ball was born on November 24th, 1998, and just like his brothers, was groomed growing up to become athletes. LeVar worked as a father, coach, trainer to put his boys in the best situation possible to achieve his and their dreams. He taught them how to work out when they were just toddlers, and by the age of 4, Jello was already doing calisthenics. And as we know, Jello is pretty strong. By the time he turned 6, he was already competing with the other brothers, and they got so good that they were facing off against kids much older than them. Imagine playing a team of 4th, 5th, and 6th graders, and your brothers are 5, 6, and 7. Yeah, LeVar might run his mouth a little too much and say things that are just blasphemous.
What? Everybody used to say who was the best, Michael Jordan or
Who did you think was the best?
They
Who
said,
did you think
who
was the best?
Kobe or LeBron?
Who did you think was the best?
Guess what the story is now? Who's better, LeVar or Michael
Ain't
Jordan?
nobody think about no damn LeVar.
Yes, they are.
But no one can deny this man right here knows how to raise his kids and be active in their lives as a father should. And so, at 7 years old, Jello and his brothers would play flag football and basketball, as LeVar did as well, in his heyday.
Listen, ain't nobody really in heyday one-on-one.
Jello was a quarterback as Zoe and Mello caught passes and ran routes. And even though they were an unstoppable flag football team, by high school, they all gravitated more towards basketball. In his freshman and sophomore years, Jello and Lonzo were starting to make a name for themselves in Chino Hills. Fast forward to 2016, the historic season, the prime Chino Hill days, when all 3 brothers played together once again, like when they were kids. They started gathering national attention.
So how they get? So all 3 brothers play together. So shouldn't they be in the same job?
Hey everyone, my name is David. I'm the owner of a business that does $100,000 per month in revenue, and we had no.
Jello was averaging a team-high 27 points per game, and they ultimately went on to win the state title and having a 35-0 undefeated record. They were literally the best high school squad in the nation.
Kool-Aid Jammers, best 5th grade squad in the nation. Ray Lucius, 6'4". Bobby Schmurda, 6'3". Roy, 6'2". Dropper, 6'5". Blue Vine.
It's actually so satisfying to watch these brothers turn into the stars they are today. It's like we grew up with them.
Hey man, get to the point.
As Lonzo headed off to college, Jello had to pick up the reins, and during that senior season, he was putting up straight buckets. In a Battle Zone tournament, he had 2 huge scoring games, dropping 56 points and 72 points with 13
you don't need all that.
three-pointers.
Just get to the point.
Yes, 13
The topic why he
three-pointers.
get drafted.
He was awarded with MVP honors in the tournament and was the front runner for the Player of the Year award by not being a candidate for the McDonald's All-American game. They didn't win a state title this year, but during that senior season, Jello put himself on the map, averaging 34 points and leading the state of California in scoring. He ended off high school being the 4th leading scorer in CIF, his 2,918 points. Unfortunately, even though he put up all those buckets, LiAngelo was still not recognized as a top recruit. Yeah. What? Either way, Jello was clearly a force to be reckoned with and had already committed to the UCLA Bruins in the 10th grade. So he really didn't have to worry about his rankings and was ready to become a freshman for the Bruins. But why did his college career ultimately come to an end before it even started?
How?
Right before his freshman year with the Bruins, Jello was already expected to be a reserve behind Jalen Hands and Aaron Holiday. He only had 1 game for them and dropped 11 points. He was 4 from 8 from the field, and it was said that Jello just couldn't play against more mature and bigger opponents. But my opinion is that he just needed time to adjust, and one game with 50% from the field and 11 points is not bad at all. But just days before UCLA's regular season opener, LiAngelo made a mistake which he would regret for the rest of his life. So UCLA was in China for a game of Tech. One night in a city I refuse to pronounce, LiAngelo Ball and two other Duke freshmen went shopping at some of the luxury stores outside of their hotel. They went to Louis Vuitton and looked at a pair of sunglasses. LiAngelo tried to buy the $700 pair with his card because it was an unauthorized overseas transfer, which happened. He told the Today Show in an interview,
"We all went out one night, went through the malls, went to the Louis Vuitton store, and people started taking stuff, and then, me just not thinking and being with them, I took something too, and we left thinking we'd just get away. How kids think. I didn't realize till I got back to my hotel. I'm like, that was stupid, but by then it was too late, and then sure enough, the next morning the police came and got us."
Jello spent a full day in a Chinese jail, saying that his experience was horrible as they took all your clothes and gave you whatever they had. Donald Trump and the U.S. government had to even step in and actually save the day by contacting the Chinese president and personally requesting the three freshmen to be let go.
I'd also like to thank President Trump and the United States government for the help.
But you don't support him. Keep that honest. I mean, he might because he saved him. But did you go vote for him? That's something nice he would do, but he's stupid. Trump's still stupid. I'm gonna get banned from him. I'm gonna get. He good. He good. That's something he would do. That's the best thing he can do. I get props to him, man. I get props to Trump for, like, he knows that's the Barr family. He knows they made one mistake, like they freshmen do what freshmen do, and like each let him go free because Chinese that would have kept him forever. So they let him go. So if it wasn't for Trump, he probably would have been still there. Like I let's give him a round of applause for the first time Trump did something good this year. I forgot what one was in there. Let's give a round of applause for Trump doing something good. Everything else
They provided as well.
canceled.
Can I get my chain, please? Not me. You're a criminal. Just like your brother. One's with the tats. You gotta wash them, Dad.
Wow. Oh, that's what it was. Oh.
You gotta wash them.
So you got the tats and got rest with the tats. Dang. I didn't know what that was until he said that. You're a criminal just like your brother. He stole, and now he's a criminal. Dang, LaMelo. That was funny, bro. He got his feelings.
So a week later, and LiAngelo and LaMelo, who is another UCLA commit, signed one-year contracts with a first division Lithuanian team, totally scrapping their NCAA careers. And by January 2018, LiAngelo made his debut in the Big Baller Brand Challenge Games in a 5-game series designed just to debut the Ball brothers. First game in, LiAngelo did not score a single bucket. Maybe because of all the eyes on him at such a low point in his life. But second game in, he recorded 20 points and 3 rebounds, looking good as ever. But by the end of the month, after the Lithuanian season started, LeVar decided enough was enough. Boys were not getting enough playing time, and there was conflict with LeVar and the head coach. So what did LeVar do? Pull him from the team like he usually does. LiAngelo had then announced he had declared for the NBA draft, even though most analysts cast him aside and said that it would be a long shot for him to even be selected. The analysts cast him aside and said that it would be a long shot for him to even be selected. draft goes by, and Jello, of course, didn't get drafted. But 1 month later, LeVar decides to do something that no one has ever done in his position. He started his own league for top amateur players who needed an alternative route to play professionally without having to compete at the college level for no money. Thus began the Junior Basketball Association, the JBA. Sadly, it was plagued by missed paychecks, Alan Foster's shady involvement, and cooked up stats which undermined the league. It was basically just a recorded shoot-around with college rejects. Here's a good example. Look at these stats. When the LA Ballers faced Atlanta, Jello dropped 48 points in 48 minutes of play. Sounds pretty efficient, right? 1 point per minute? Hell no. He took a shocking 54 shots, made just 19, and was 5 for 24 from 3. Good news about the missed shots is that the LA Ballers got offensive rebounds. 100 actually. The NBA record for team rebounds is 97 in 1965 by the Celtics. Like, take this in. The last player to take over 50 shots in an NBA game is Kobe Bryant. So let's just say Jello is on the right path. Sorry to say to LeVar, but that doesn't sound like real basketball. And I know a lot of people wouldn't pay over $50 for that. Probably why the arena was always empty. But then, on December 29th, 2019, Jello signed a G League contract with Oklahoma City as a practice player. He signed a full contract with them on March 9th, 2020. Then the pandemic hit and all games were canceled before he could even suit up. That seemed to be the end of good news for LiAngelo, and everyone thought that maybe LeVar...
I told my boys that one of them wasn't going to make it, because if you've got 3, only 1, maybe 2 make it to the NBA. He says right in front of everyone that he thinks it'll be his middle son, LiAngelo, who doesn't make it. He says he's told him that. I told you something wrong with the VAR. I told you he don't like him. He don't like him. So he wants LaMelo, he wants Lonzo, LaMelo, and then skip him out. Karma hit him. Karma did it. Karma did it. Karma. Because he said 1% gonna miss out and it's gonna be LiAngelo. And guess what? He missed out. LiAngelo didn't score that one game. LiAngelo wasn't making any points. He was 7 fans, this and this and this. Karma came. And now LiAngelo's not playing. Because the VAR never said that. LiAngelo will probably be picked by the Phoenix. LiAngelo will probably average a lot of points. LiAngelo will not be in jail. The VAR got a mean side of him.
VAR was right.
Got something.
But yesterday, we received some groundbreaking news that LiAngelo Ball is signing a 1-year non-guaranteed contract with the Detroit Pistons.
And Pistons repeatedly agreed to non-contain 1-year contract. Dang, Karma hit LeVar, like, boom, right in the head. I said, yo, LeVar, well, he got Pistons.
Whoa, exciting news, but hold your horses, because this is an Exhibit 10 deal, which means a 1-year contract where Jello will receive a training camp invitation. If he gets waived from this tryout, he will have secured a spot on the G League affiliate and receive a bonus of $50,000 after 60 days of play. So basically, it's a high-end tryout with the Detroit Pistons, with a G League cushion. Man, I don't know about y'all, but still, I'm happy for the guy. He's been through a lot, and he's had a long road, and the media microscoping and undershadowing him probably isn't easy on it. To be truthful, I've always thought that Jello had the best shooting form from all the brothers, and he reminds me a lot of one of the Splash Brothers. So did it really mean from what he said that he won't make the league, or was he just playing games with LiAngelo's head to motivate him? Either way, props to LeVar, since all 3 sons now have NBA contracts, and it feels like it's just the beginning again. That's it for the video, guys. And as always, I'm Handles. Until next time.
I'm actually just got my boy Handles. I don't know the description, but go subscribe to Handle Up, and that's close to the next notification. Make sure you share, do all that stuff. Make sure you subscribe. y'all on Twitch. Make sure you follow. If you're on mobile, hit that heart button. If you're on computer, laptop, just hit that little subscribe thing on the bottom, and then and that follow thing right there. And if you're on YouTube, make sure you know how to do it. You have to subscribe. You like the video, you share it, you save it, and do whatever you gotta do. And until it's more videos, then that's gonna conclude the make sure like post notifications and we out tonight. Yes, sir. I ain't gonna do